Okay, Coach, it is always any other in sport. As both teams made their way out of the tunnel, these folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go, baby. Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180! You can't block me. You can't block me. Hey, alert! 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 Hey, Charlie!
Gonna give this time to the tailback. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous. On second and 11 now. Garoppolo. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That throw good for only a couple and brings up third down. And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Here we go.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
Well. 51's the mic. 51's the mic. Hey, Haywood.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Grady Jarrett, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Here comes the Saints punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Take it at the 37. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Slam.
Topper!
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Hey. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Run. Mike, check. 59. Hey, let's get that home. Hey, wahoo. 59, Mike. Ready?
They'll drop the throw. He's got Smith here. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. It's a gain of 16. First down, Falcons.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Switch. 6 guard. Check 6 guard.
Ito Smith, his first carry. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Ready? 58 to Mike. Hey, let's go. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. I got it. Now.
Out of the gun now on third down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14.
You.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. So on fourth down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin him back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Here we go.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
11. He's coming, double up.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down.
Hey, I'm coming. Mike's 47. Mike's 47. Let's get the ball. 4-7's the Mike. 4-7. 2. Tackle. 2.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Check three. Big dash. Come. Slam. Move. Look at me. Zipper. 58's the Mike. 58's the Mike. Here we go. Shoot.
They'll toss it to Smith. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw here. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. From 21 yards away, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Justin Tucker for the extra point. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
12, fellas, here we go. Check 45's the mic. Check 45's the mic. Watch the pitch.
On 2nd and 7, Garoppolo. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the third time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead.
Check 52. Hey, gun. I got you.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. 7 yards on the quick slant and a first down.
Here we go.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Here we go. 180. Come on, D. 65. Black.
On play action, now Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Grady Jarrett in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long?
65. Hey, box truck. 21. Hey, switch gears.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Over the middle, complete. It's Lamb. The 20, 10, touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Watch out. Tight dog. Hey, Sam off. Go out. Check.
Now Ito Smith. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. The Falcons on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Got you, boy. I got you, boy.
They'll look to throw here. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 16, 1st down Falcons.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain.
Squeeze. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Let's go.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Show it up. Check. Hey, alert 3. Watch twist. Watch. Ready.
A 1st down carry for Smith. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. And finding the tight end Hooper. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Hey, lock it.
Back to throw now on 1st down. They'll set up the screen to Smith. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Ito Smith, touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Falcons have taken the lead. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10.
Five. Lock. Watch the twist. 12, fellas, here we go. 6-6, bullet high. Mike 51. Here we go.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
It seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Check three. Go. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
I got you.
Garoppolo now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tack McKinley make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. He'll look to set up his blockers. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And all the way down to the 41-yard line. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Wide open receiver complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward. This quarterback now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. They're going to look to throw. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Ito Smith with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
Here we go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
45. Mike, 45.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Garoppolo. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. From the gun on third, Garoppolo. Open man, and that's his tight end, Jake Butt. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Here we go. 180. All day, dog. 12, fellas. Here we go.
On first down, Garoppolo. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lamb. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Check 45 to Mike. 1, Omaha. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Out, 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 out. Wait. 5 to Mike.
Garoppolo looks to throw once more. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on, how about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
So the sack of Garoppolo, and now what can they come up with on third and long? To throw is Garoppolo. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
It's 4th down.
And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. Going for the deep ball. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway.
Let's go. Ready.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch, counter punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, Zoo. 5-2 to Mike 5-2. Mike 5-2. Hey, that's
2nd and 10. He's got Hooper on the short connection. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Looking to throw. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down. They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback, and maybe the big play does occur down the road.
Hey, Charlie! You can choose the mic. Watch Mike, watch Mike. I'm scared. Spike.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. This one caught by Ridley. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. The tackle there by Quandre Diggs.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Sponge! No! 11. Check 24, watch 24.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Throw left side complete. It's Lamb. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. He's up to 88 yards receiving in the ballgame now, and he's got a first down.
Here we go. 180. Kill. Turn it up. Kill. Six.
Now a handoff looking right. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Now they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Check. 1, Omaha. 11. 10.
Now they'll run it on the taunts. That second down run a big help. The 7 yards leaves them with just a 3rd and 3 now.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
Mike's 47. Hey, alert. Bennett.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Here we go, here we go. 180! Switch. Go, Mike 51, Mike 51. Hey, alert! Come, hey, orbit. 51's the mic.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Garoppolo now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here.
12. Hey, seam 6. 13. I'm coming after you. Check 26. Check that hut.
Now they try the right side here. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they've met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
65. Two. Hey, check. He's coming. 11. Double up. Hey, wahoo!
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down.
I'm coming after you. 45, Mike, 45. Ready? Two. Mike.
Garoppolo looks to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Baby, all day, baby.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Hey, it's our house. Check 9. Jim. 36.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Man, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
Garoppolo now on 3rd and goal. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys are back within a single score. extra point by Seibert up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off.
Their catch made at the 25-yard line. The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
They'll start on the ground. It's Ito Smith. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
Take four.
They'll run it again with Smith. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Falcons on third down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Check. General West. 59 mark. Check. 59. He's tired of me. He's tired of us. Mike's 59.
They'll drop the throw. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Check 59, Mike is 59, Mike the 59. I want that. Yeah.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards on the play. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36.
59 mark. Hey, Delta. That's right, baby. They don't want it. Shoot.
They'll look to throw here. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here. After first and second down went backwards, it's third and very long.
Switch. 80 weapons. Get it.
He'll look to throw. This is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons push further out in front.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Tucker with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You've got the first one for the second one to even matter.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7.
1, Omaha. 4-7's the mic.
There's Garoppolo to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. Going right side here, and that's complete. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Garoppolo now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Bud.
Throwing on second down. Garoppolo. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Yeah, they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. The Saints on third down. Well, they've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This is third and 10.
Lock. 21. Go.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. Thomas, the intended target.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
52's the mic, so don't say nothing.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Go! Mike 5'9", Hey, exit. 5.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there. He was trying to get it to Ito Smith that time, but it'll be second and goal.
The touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal.
Here we go, G. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Hey, dude. We're in 52. Watch 52. 52's the mic. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. New mic 52. Mic 52. Let's go.
Here's second and 8. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. From 8 yards out, and the Falcons push further out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Here we go.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score.
Here we go. Check. Wide. 11. Check the backer.
Now a handoff looking right. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me. 45, 45. Mike, 45. Hey, come on, no, come on. No.
From the gun on third, Garoppolo. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Lamb. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 17 there and a New Orleans first down.
Hey, alert, alert, alert.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Check 21, 21. 13. Slams. X3. 218, chopper.
Garoppolo on first down. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 38. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up second and 11 at the 36-yard line.
So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons, and maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road. How about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you see division games get decided by this much of a margin?
Yeah, they thumped them.
Yeah, they jumped all over them. And a division game is usually a touchdown or less because these two teams know each other better than most teams in the league. In this case, that didn't hold up. On the road, big margin, big victory. Oh, yeah, that flight home will be good.
So for the Falcons, they continue to keep pace for that first-round bye as they move to 11-1. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, not much more to say. They dropped to 1-11, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire